Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, I just wanted to make a video to announce that I'm going to be having a kid in July, or actually June, sooner than I thought. So that's pretty exciting news for me. I know I mentioned it briefly in one of my previous videos a couple weeks ago, but yeah, this has got me thinking that I'm going to need some sort of secondary income source in order to make this happen. So I've been thinking, well, basically, once we have the baby, my girlfriend's probably going to take about a month or two off of work, and hopefully we'll have enough money saved up for those couple of months. But then after that, she is most likely going to be going back to work, and I will be the stay-at-home parent of sorts. And the reason being is because she makes quite a bit more money than me, so we can't afford to have her staying at home, throughout the whole course of the child growing up and such. But and of course, daycare is just way too expensive, and for me, it's kind of out of the question, at least for the first few years, because I just honestly don't trust anyone else to raise my own kid. But yeah, so I've been thinking, since I'm going to be in this situation and I'm going to be at home most likely 5 days a week, I might get to work a couple days a week, if my job will even, accommodate that. But, so I was thinking of asking around, the internet channels and such, to see if anyone would be interested in possibly getting guitar lessons from me. I'm not exactly fluent in music theory or anything like that. I honestly, I can barely read music, but the things that I would be able to teach would be more along the lines of, I guess, like learning specific songs, maybe. And of course I can, teach, everything that I've learned on my own, because, I'm basically a self-taught guitarist. I took lessons for a month back when I was 13 or so, and I just didn't really, it was alright, but it was too structured, and I didn't really have any interest in learning the songs out of the, book that I had, or, it was just too slow paced. I wanted it to be a lot more specific to, like, what I wanted to learn and my needs. And, there's guitar teachers out there who will, kind of focus on exactly what you want to accomplish through the lessons, but I feel like I could offer a pretty unique approach to it, just in the way that I've, learned music on my own, and I've been playing instruments since I was 2 years old, basically. So even though I may not be well versed in music theory terms and sight reading and such, I think I can definitely teach some valuable skills. And let's see, like, some of the things that I would probably teach would be along the lines of, like, alternate tunings and how you can kind of use those to expand your playing abilities and to just get a little more creative, because I don't know, for me, playing in standard tuning and drop D, it only goes so far, and it just opens your mind a lot to try and play in different tunings. So that's one thing that I would probably go over, if that was what someone taking the lesson would actually want to learn, of course. But and as far as my own abilities go, I do play a lot of songs where I'm just playing chords. So obviously I could go through a million chords and show you, the finger positionings and just practice, just the technique of picking and strumming and being able to transcribe music from what you hear to actual chords played on the guitar. But yeah, even though I play a lot of chords in my songs, that's mainly just because I like to sing, and it's easier to play chords along with singing. But I can definitely do a lot more complicated stuff like finger picking and just more faster individual notes being played. I'm not exactly the greatest sweep picker or anything like that, and I'm probably not going to be able to teach you how to play some crazy solo that you want to learn, but I could definitely get you on the right track. And obviously, if I were to do this, and if there's actually people who might be interested, I would do something like an evaluation where, it would be no charge at all. Just, I meet with you online through Skype or, whatever service you prefer, and basically just see where you're at skill-wise, and figure out if I can actually help you, or if I can actually offer you useful tips, and just go over what exactly you want to get out of the lessons. So yeah, I was mainly considering doing this through Skype because I feel like that's the most accessible, webcam type of application. Obviously I'd love to do it in person, but I doubt many of the people watching this video are just going to happen to be from anywhere near my area. So, because I'm located in Connecticut right now, so if you're in southwestern Connecticut, maybe I would be willing to do them in person, but otherwise Skype is the main option. What else do I want to go over? Yeah, as far as rates, I don't really know. I know that guitar teachers that or the one guitar teacher that I had in the past, I think it was $30 a lesson or something like that for actually it might have been $60 a lesson because he did 1 hour lessons and it was just once a week. I would be willing to do it for, again, I'm not exactly sure at this point yet because I don't know if there's actually people who would be interested, but I would probably say $20 for an hour lesson and maybe $15 for a half-hour lesson. And of course, since I would probably have a pretty flexible schedule throughout, the 5-day week where I'm available. So I could do, multiple lessons per week if that were desired. So, yeah. This is just a preliminary idea right now, and I have offered my knowledge to a few people that I've known, just friends that I've had who wanted to play guitar, and I taught them just what they needed to do to start learning on their own. So that's definitely something that I could offer. What else? I've never really tried doing any kind of vocal training, but just listening to music from an early age and having instruments around me as I grew up, I feel like my ear has been really well trained. So I could definitely attempt to teach some sort of ear training or something to that extent. If you're looking to learn how to sight read, I can't really help you there again. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I could definitely teach you if you're, especially if you're a beginner guitarist. I feel really confident that I could help you out. I definitely have a desire to, you know, to want to pass on my own knowledge and just to teach people in general, because I think it's a gratifying thing to do, to see, you know, real results and to see people growing and, you know, making progress in their own unique way. It's definitely something that I would like to be involved in. Yeah, so, and of course, you know, this would be a really huge help to me if anyone were willing to actually pay me for this, because you know, I have bills of my own that I'm not sure how I'm gonna pay. You know, everywhere that I've moved in my life, it seems like, you know, I've moved with like a few $100s in my bank account, and I've never really been able to accumulate much of a savings due to my just moving around a lot and not really staying in one place. And, you know, I work at a Whole Foods market, so it's not exactly the most you know, high-paying position or whatever. So I could definitely use, you know, some side money if it exists out there. But, you know, I figured I'd just ask and see if anyone would actually be interested in this. So if you are, I mean, I could even start earlier, because that would be great for me. I mean, obviously I'm working full time right now, so my schedule's a little different than it's going to be once we have the kid. But I would be willing to do some preliminary lessons, you know, maybe even at a cheaper rate, since I'm just starting out, just to see, you know, how it goes. And you know, I've tested out Skype and just the sound, and it seems to be okay. I mean, even recording through my phone, which actually seems to have the best sound quality out of any of, you know, the computers that I have and webcams and such. Yeah, even through that, I mean, if you have you know, a smartphone or a nice a computer with a decent webcam, it would be definitely doable. You know, I'm not going to say the sound is going to be perfect, like, you know, like you're there with me, but it'll be good enough for our purposes. So, yeah, if you would be interested in this potentially, definitely leave a comment or like this video, or you know, send me a message even. I'm willing to, you know, try and help anybody that I can, anyone who is seeking help. And you know, I know guitar lessons can be expensive, and it might be hard to, you know, work them into your schedule. But, you know, maybe I could offer a little more flexibility than a normal, you know, lesson through like a music store or something like that, or private lessons. So yeah, just let me know if you are interested, and then maybe I'll get something together and can figure out how to move forward. But anyway, till next time, see you later.